Mr. Swinier is going to have to tell us how to do the other part. We're going to move to Marie's, and this is Chazy's gold mine. We're going to inspect.
What I'd like to do is I was looking at some Marie's collection the other day, and I'd like to talk about some general aspects about it. I was very impressed, both with the organization and the content. So I thought I would do that, and then another day to look it over, so I'd know what to say to you. And a number of things impressed me. One is that Marie and Leon have a sign-in sheet at the door, which is very necessary in a collection if you're going to have historical materials. Their artifacts are either locked or in glass cases put away, so not easily picked up. The books are well organized. Their collection is succinct. It deals with their area, different general works on the history of the county, but they haven't attempted to have every dot and tittle, which is not appropriate for a township or village collection. You're dealing with a township or village in which you are. You don't need the whole state. And their collection is excellent. From that viewpoint, they have a great deal on Chazy and appropriate books on the surrounding area. I also think they've done a great deal with environmental safety for materials. As I said before, the artifacts are in glass cases. They have the shielding for the fluorescent lights so that they do not damage materials that are out. And also, a very good point, when I first saw wooden bookcases, I thought, uh-oh. So I always worked with wooden bookcases because that's all we had, and we didn't have money to get others. But I know that all the current work on preserving materials, including books, says you don't use wooden bookcases because it does give off lignins, etc. There's various chemical interactions with the materials that are inappropriate. However, Marie must have read my mind because she stepped over one here and she said, well, what we did, she said, we put Mylar over it. And I thought, gee, that's really sharp because I gave a workshop a while back on preservation on a shoestring. And I wish I'd seen that because that's an excellent idea. That's a very, very good idea. She's got very attractive cases. They don't use a lot of wall space. They come out from the room, which gives her more space for the maps, other artifacts. Yet she's made use of what is really very appropriate for this room, though the wooden cases, yet they're treated with the Mylar. Yeah. Another thing which I thought was very effective is I know when I worked, we always had sort of these general things. Old pamphlets on a topic, maybe a photocopy of a letter on a topic, some other printed things, and I just didn't know what to do with them. You know, were we going to like catalog each thing, which would take a year? Do you just chuck it into a file cabinet, which can be a problem of finding it? Well, I found that Marie and Leon have had a wonderful idea. They took various, I would call it sort of like assorted material on topics, and they made a regular little library of folders over here. And I wonder if you folks could tell me about them. Maybe just take one as an example and show us how you worked with this. Because I thought this was a wonderful way to organize miscellaneous material.
Okay. Historical office in town of Chazy.
When we moved from upstairs downstairs, we had just a lot of papers, and we really didn't know where to do or where to put the stuff. So we put them in categories. So like we have like Canada, we got the Chazy Public Library, like we have the Eastern Star, we have Essex County, we got post offices, we got railroads, we got Temperance Society, and we just categories.
Just pull one of those out, would you? Because I was really impressed when they showed me the variety of materials you pulled together there.
Well, like let's pull a Temperance Society.
That's great.
So this is Leon's writing. So we took on the table, we put everything we could find in the Temperance Society. We put it all in this folder. We haven't indexed it yet, but we're still sorting and categorizing it. Someday, if I live long enough, I'll index it. Until then, if you want to know about the Temperance Society, you sit right here, you open this little folder up.
Read the book is in there where it's organized. 1937.
And there it all is.
This is a wonderful setting. There's print materials, manuscript materials, everything right together in one package.
Any dates in that, Marie?
Yes, 1837.
1837.
Here's all the people who organized it.
160 years.
But so everything belongs to, we put it into a category.
This is excellent. I see you've got some of the original books, some print material, or things that have been transcribed also.
Old documents, which we will be putting in Mylar as soon as we get to it.
Right.
At
That's
least you have it
excellent.
all in one spot right now.
Well, right now we got all the different stuff all into one.
And there's another
Oh, yes.
group of materials also that I'd like to ask Marie to tell us about. Because I always used to feel, oh my golly, someone would bring us in a collection. You figure, are you going to bring it out right away? What do you do if you don't have it fully organized yet? And I know some places they just put it aside, it doesn't come out. We used to at least try to put something in the card catalog so people could get at it. But Marie was showing me some materials the other day here too, that they know what they have. They haven't had a chance to go through and list them. They haven't had a chance to go through and categorize everything.
We got military.
Okay.
So we got everything about the military and the American Legion and everything all in one. Civil War, Revolutionary War, it's all here in this cabinet. Someday. And we also have the Hancock diaries, which Dick would like to have, but I'm not going to give them to him.
Oh, I bet the type's good.
But we have Shane's book that she did. She gave it to us. And we also have the death records. This is junk. Right there's more diaries and scrapbooks. Mrs. Sullivan used to put stuff in scrapbooks. We worked 6 months before we know what SB 16 was, or SB 1 was. Well, we found out there was scrapbook number 1.
What was that?
And right here we have. Oh no, hit today. Right here we have all the genealogies. And we have the Hubble papers, which date back to the 1800s. But also, those are all in categories also. You can leave those open if you want.
Marie, don't you think it's unusual that there's so many diaries in this area? I haven't had a diary in my group at all.
I don't have any diaries either, Marie.
Well, we got diaries. We don't even know what's in those diaries. We just know there's a lot of diaries, and we've got to go through because we've got the Hancock pretty well. That's been done for
The
us.
nice thing is that they do have them divided though, because this is a big teaching aid, diaries for example. Well, this way if someone wants to come in, if they have the time, well they can go through them. They're organized, Marie knows where they are, and you can get them down here on the table and work with them. Which is the advantage of doing a preliminary sort, even if you don't have a chance yet to list them all. She's got them organized so if you do want diaries, if you do want a certain family's papers, you can get at them.
And Chazy School's here, Minor Foundation's right there. And we've had 2 young girls that came in here and did the thing for the minor service, and they won county, and today they're at state at Rochester.
Beautiful.
By all their research. So I hope they win.
I bet they will.
And I
We
noticed, go ahead, Susan.
Oh, no.
You continue please.
I just want to say we had logs from the stores. We got Dick right in the corner here. It's a good place.
Wow.
All the behind also, and we have got one out here showing. You can tell who was here in 1880 or who was here in 1830 by going through some of these old day books.
Yes. And some of these are excellent ways to trace people
Yeah, the day.
who were not here for the
Mrs.
census.
Sullivan, she had those?
Mrs. Sullivan had this whole, well, 98% of it Mrs. Sullivan had. But it needed a little organization. I have, this is the old book of commissioners of appointment to supervisors, Thomas Chazy. And this is,
Years.
yeah, I'm looking for the years.
Edith continued,
1879.
Edith continued her mother's work, though, of course, didn't she?
She didn't do it the last 14 years. It just
Really?
piled up. I had 14 years of correspondence to answer. And I did it. It's done. I'm
And also thank you, Greta. I want to talk about continuing to write the local history.
This right here,
there's
though-
often a town history or a village history. It
Leanne
needs to
is-
be continued. Here's a
Leanne
good
is doing the
source.
pictures here.
And I think I jumped ahead, Marie, 'cause you've got the one where you do it year by year. There
And
you
here's
go.
the one I'm doing.
This is the one.
Okay.
I'm starting the town of Chazy. And I've got Shane's pictures right here. And I've got the pictures of the people when they put the new bridge.
And about the
And then I
minor,
keep, as they go in, we got the new town trucks, I put that in. Got the new fire
I
truck,
never thought of doing that.
new fire
Like
trucks,
an
and that's
everyday
the old and
history
the
of
new.
That's right. Then if you go to sometime to write,
Fire truck.
like to update the village history
And
or
there's our
town
flood,
history.
well,
or
here's
you've
when
got a
the
good source to start there
CFW
with it.
presented the flag, and the, I did that. And here's the flood we had last year.
Marie, are these special or?
You do the photography?
Yes.
Marie, are these special?
Yeah, last you get those at Sam's for $6.95 or $6.50 a box.
Right, but I didn't know if this
These
was
are
a special.
archival, according to Jeff Booth.
Oh, they are.
Yep,
Top loading.
Jeff.
the top. Well, he's
We know
Sarah.
I know, we worked with
Yes.
Jeff
We worked with Jeff.
Yes.
It
this
was
last
Jeff,
year.
and he's, then this is, of course, over, here's Fred's Folly over here, we call this. Next door trying to fix
We
those.
joined Greg
This is where they
Abel.
fix the slates on the top of the building, and I've got another book that I'm doing, the businesses in town. I'm just starting to keep,
I never thought of using this material. I think I'll change
And I also like to point out the Hollinger boxes, acid-free boxes for the storage of the manuscript materials, and that the fact that the cabinets can be locked. And I'm also going to give Marie a big hand. I notice that anytime that they go out of the room, that the room is locked. And that is excellent, because you just don't ever know who's going to slip in and want some piece.
ask she and she'll.
Also here, the preservation of materials under the mylar, not really mylar, a type of plastic, which will not scratch, will not break, and damage the pieces as glass could do.
Special acetate too for these old pictures.
No, it's my mark.
That's my one.
And this is a modern way of keeping your records.
Mr. Sullivan. Old Ben.
This is the bills where he had them at, this is like A, B, C, D, and so forth. And he kept them all like this in here.
Oh my God.
Huh?
Oh, he ran a general store.
Yes.
And could you tell us a little about your card catalogs? You've got an extensive card catalog to a
I got
variety of materials.
10,700 cards. Every correspondent that Mrs. Sullivan ever did, she numbered that correspondent to a 3x5 card. So, and I'm doing my own correspondence for the past year right now. So if you go in there and you're looking for Joseph Blow, well, Joseph Blow, he may be on letter B. 22. You go in that letter and you find a lot of stuff about him. You can't find it.
And is the indexing of the scrapbooks in the card catalog also?
Index of the scrapbooks, that's where we got the SPs. You can, in the scrapbooks,
Use the Dewey Decimal System.
I used a Dewey Decimal System. I didn't know anything about it, but I read about it and I figured it out pretty well.
And I was also noticing when I was going through the show,
This is scrapbook 3.
in addition to noticing that the collection was really appropriate for the area, the fact there was a sense of organization too, using the Dewey Decimal System, getting like things together.
She cut stuff out of newspapers and glued it in every book. And then like she'll say, and this is scrapbook 3, whatever page that is, it'll be, if there's John Letson, the card will be there, and you see scrapbook 3, page so-and-so.
Marie, is this the one where they glued on top of printed books that you have?
It's right up in there.
You show them that. That's very unusual. You didn't have scrapbooks, so you made scrapbooks.
The glue.
Well, the glue did that?
Yes.
And see, you see here Stewart from Moore's, and I noticed that Letson was from Moore's, and
Look at, this is when you get an old
I'd be
book.
interested in that one.
I'm amazed at that pucker like
You
that.
take an old New York State education book and start putting
Yes,
stuff in it.
yes, yes.
Name mentioned there.
That's what they did with those education books.
Every name has got a card. So I got 10,000. I did what I did is a ruler count on them. Almost 7/8 of an inch of cards is 100 cards. So I've measured my things. I got 9.5 inches of one drawer, and I just added them up. And nothing else.
We know where you spend your time, don't we?
Lena and I spend a lot of time.
When are you open here? When are you open?
We're open here from 9 until 12, Monday through Friday, except when I play hooky.
Afternoons you're not,
I'm not here, Jenny, but I'm here by appointment.
by appointment.
Anybody wants to come in and see the material, just give me a call.
Any town supervisors that see this video, this is the way it's supposed to be done.
That's right.
Jack
Yes.
directly.
I'm willing to help any town either that needs help to get started. But I think every town should have a room, because if they can't go into the future without having something from the past.
You
Make
also-
sure that one is on.
I'll second that notion.
Marie also made a very good point the other day about being a caretaker for the records.
I'm only caretaker. They're not my records. They belong to the people of the town of
I didn't even have an
Chazy.
office.
I'm only their caretaker.
I think that was a very good point. I think that was an excellent point you made.
Because behind you are some very important people from the town of
Mrs.
Chazy.
Sullivan, she is the lady on the left, is the lady that did all the collections of all this material. And they used to say, well, she used to take a lot of stuff, but because she took it, we have it.
Fine.
But but sometimes she maybe forgot to give it back, but sometimes I do that too.
And people should make it clear if it's for a loan to be copied or if they're giving it to you.
And we had a general, if you notice, we had a general come out of Chazy and a colonel. And those two boys started out as buck privates.
Could we look around your collection for a while?
Be my guest.
So, are your pieces of display cases? Are they from Chazy?
The display cases belong to Julius Hubble, 1800s. Those are barrister cases. They're upstairs. They were painted dark green, dull green. Our very clever young maintenance man took them down in his shop, stripped them, and burnished them.
Gorgeous.
And repaired them. And some were pretty bad shape.
All of your pieces like that.
Now that's a East Lake cabinet. That was the first one.
How many more?
And I think also another very good point here, Maria's mentioned this to me different times we've spoken, that she has very good relations with the board, with the town maintenance department, because she's had a lot of things refinished. This beautiful, I think you've probably got it somewhere else here, nice A-frame.
Oh, it's out in the hall. I've put
Yes.
some materials on
That
it.
was made by the town infirmary.
And I have the two things out of the Chazy School, the desk and the mechanical drawing table.
Had Mrs. Sullivan
No,
taken that? Or?
no. That was, well, Mrs. Solomon obtained that, yes, when the school was sort of broken down. So, material. We also have a letter from General Thurber here.
That's what I want to see. Now show me a portable.
You'll have to see the boss.
Well, at about 2:13, the formal part of this day is over in the town offices in Chazy. My name is Bob Venn. This is a tape of the historians, county historian and town and village historians who've gathered here in Chazy. Donna Boyle, historian from the village of Rouse's Point, and the village of Champlain's new historian Marie Bayshard for the village, and Addie Shields, the county historian, who's so good to all the people and knows so much about the county. Shan Moore, who spoke with us. Joyce Lavoie, who does a lot with the town records in Champlain and has completely and Ellie Martinson, her partner, who indexed all of the town records, sitting down here, and she's done some work over here with Marie. And of course Marie herself showing them all the new cupboards. So that'll be it from here at Chazy at 2:14. Thank you very much.